No cuts, no fuss, no muss. Doesn't get much simpler than today's fire pit project, but there are a few tips and tricks in today's video that most people aren't aware of. So let's get started.
Jose, how long did you work on that?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Majority of it by himself. And we're gonna go show you guys how to do it, what to expect, and some technical details that are gonna make your life a lot easier. Is there a footing on this fire ring?
We're actually using the paver patio itself as our footing. So we're going to be building up with Weston wall blocks, and then we're going to set the fire ring into that. So this fire pit is going to sit on the patio surface.
All right, one of the things that I want to point out is there's some contention within the industry about whether you should pour a separate footing for a fire ring or if you can use an existing patio. When you pour a footing, you're pouring concrete at
3,000 PSI.
and the blocks themselves are
8,000 PSI on these concrete blocks.
Can you damage these blocks? For sure, you can discolor them, but these blocks, patio blocks, are going to hold up better than poured concrete is.
That's right. They're a lot easier to use. It makes a consistent form of construction. So don't worry about taking the time to form out a different surface in the interior of this fire pit. Build your paver patio. It's quick, it's easy, and then begin construction of the fire pit.
So the reason this looks like it's going together so fast and easy is because it is. It is actually a pre-cut kit. These stones are designed to match together already, so all you guys got to do is grab them off from a pallet and put them in place and tighten them around the ring. All right, the guys who dry stacked the stone, now they're flipping them up. They're going to be putting a bead of glue down to hold this base course in place. They know exactly where the stones got to go, so once they lay them, they're done.
Make sure that you apply adhesive to every brick in every course. Don't skimp on this step.
And lay that fire ring right in place.
Now I know I told you to use plenty of adhesive when you're building your fire pit, but make sure that you put it far enough back on the block that when you slap it down, it doesn't squish through the face. This stuff is messy and nasty when it gets out of hand.
Okay, so they use the ring to form the bottom two courses, then lift the ring up, slide a couple blocks underneath it. And then use the ring again as a guide to build it up. That is its final height right there.
It's time for your tip of the day. Hope I didn't break that. If you're gonna line the bottom of your fire pit with stone, use a granite or a lava rock. If you use a river rock, it retains moisture inside, and the first time you heat it up, it can explode.
The bottom of this ring gets filled.
This is a granite stone.
This is a granite stone, so we can use this two purposes. We can core fill the columns and walls.
That's right.
And we can use it to fill the bottom of this fire pit. So as he lays the subsequent courses, he makes sure that he does not get an even bond on every block. He wants to intentionally offset that so that as he goes around, that bond is never lining up with each other.
Structurally, this wouldn't make much of a difference, but I just don't want you to look like an amateur or a hack.
Okay, so the last layer of brick is going in place. We're going to fill the bottom of this with 57 stone, but why?
Well, we want to make sure that we have a dry surface to start our fires. If it's just rained the day before, or if you're going to come out and you may have a wet surface, put this layer of 57 stone. It allows us to always have a dry surface. As water comes in, it'll percolate down to the bottom, leaving you a nice dry surface on the top.
I want to also point out something about the fire ring. Can we rotate that? So if you don't like where your grate is, you're not stuck. Also, another thing, if you don't like the grate at all,
Just simply remove it, pull it out, and all you have to do is make fires. This grate is primarily for cooking, and you can